What's going on, everybody? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and with the next Ubi Forward event scheduled for June the 12th, we seem to be getting this endless drip of theories as to what's coming next for Ubisoft. Well, based on this Gamerant article, posted about 9 hours ago, there is supposedly a new crossover PvP game called Battlecat, and we've got some artwork provided by 0bytes over on Twitter to back it up. But before we dive into what this new game is and the story behind it, in case you haven't yet smashed that sub button for more intensive Division coverage, please do so. And don't forget to ring the bell to never miss a future upload notification from my channel. As per my normal procedures, I will leave a link to this article in the video description below. But according to Gamerant, and posted to their site about 9 hours ago, there are now leaks that appear to show Ubisoft is making a team-based competitive FPS named Battlecat that crosses over Splinter Cell and The Division. Reading directly from the article, one of Ubisoft's looming announcements for E3 2021 may have just leaked, if a series of images shared by Twitter user 0bytes are to be believed. The Ubisoft leaker claims to have details about a new The Division spin-off game named Battlecat that crosses over Splinter Cell, The Division, and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. These three franchises will collide in a new PvP game, with testing already having begun as early as January 2021. 0bytes shared 8 different images, which I'll show you in a moment, that look like they're either loading screens or informational splash pages from a PowerPoint presentation. They could be data mined or leaked assets from Ubisoft, though 0bytes doesn't share where they received their information. Regardless, these 8 images detail game modes, factions, and faction abilities for what appears to be a first-person multiplayer shooter akin to Overwatch or other team-based shooters. The crossover element of Battlecat is shown in the images showing each faction. Now, factions include Echelon, which relies on subterfuge and stealth. One of Echelon's characters even has Splinter Cell's three-eyed goggles. Next is Ghost Recon Breakpoint's Wolves, an ex-Special Forces unit with extra body armor, shields, and other defensive capabilities. The Cleaners from The Division have a napalm turret and other high-damage fire abilities. Lastly, the Outcast, also from Breakpoint, are Battlecat's support healer faction. The most informative images are the 2 game type summaries. First is the Escort game mode, which describes 2 teams, attackers and defenders. Players will escort a machine called the Package from checkpoint to checkpoint until reaching the delivery zone. In other words, it's essentially what's available in Overwatch. The second game mode, Ringleader, has teams collecting rings from fallen enemies. The player with the most rings becomes a ringleader and can bank their rings if they can survive 30 seconds. The remaining 3 images hint at Battlecat's gameplay. One of the images is a first-person screenshot showing the player wielding the Division faction's Cleaner's flamethrower, dubbed the Purifier. A second also appears to be a first-person screenshot showing the Outcast Divine Intervention ultimate ability. Then the last image shows a The Division-esque user interface showing abilities for the Outcast, including passive and active abilities. Now, I know I'm just reading verbatim from the Gamerant article right now, but I will be showing you the art in just a moment and discussing the images as we see them. Final bit of this Gamerant article, suffice to say, Battlecat appears to be a first-person team-based competitive multiplayer game akin to Overwatch, but built out of The Division. It features factions instead of heroes' characters, each of which are pulled from a Ubisoft game franchise. It could also be entirely fake, as there's no telling whether the images are legitimate or not. Needless to say, PvP fans will want to keep an eye on Ubisoft's E3 2021 press conference on June the 12th at noon Pacific time. Okay, as usual with these types of leaks, I always say to use your discretion, as this could absolutely be fake. I'm just bringing it to you in case you haven't yet seen it. But from the looks of the images, this almost looks and feels to me like it could be a mobile game, as this would fall into line with the previous screenshot we saw released when the Division Heartland was announced, showing a mobile game set to release sometime after Heartland and the new content for the Division 2. Could this be a Division mobile game? Let's take a look at the artwork. Image number 1 is apparently showcasing one of the game modes, Escort that features what looks like a Black Tusk Warhound convoy bot, and I can't really tell what game that character is from, but the caption reads, Escort. The attackers need to escort the package past a series of checkpoints until they reach the delivery zone. The defenders, however, would prefer that the package not move at all. Thank you very much. Image number 2 is set in Washington, D.C. because we can see the Capitol Rotunda building in the background, and this is the second game mode called Ringleader. Now in Ringleader, the object is to collect the rings from fallen players. The players on each team with the most rings become the leader. The leader must survive for 30 seconds to bank their rings and add to their team's score. Protect your own leader or try to take out the enemy leader. So to me, in many ways, this sounds like a COD-style kill-confirmed game mode, but with a timed element to stay alive to bank your rings. Image number 3 says, meet the Echelons. The Echelons don't shy away from a firefight in Battlecat, but they still know that information and subterfuge are their most potent weapons. They're invisible on the minimap and use their abilities to surprise and confuse foes. And they can reveal the location of enemy team members, giving allies a huge tactical advantage. Of all the images, this one to me looks the most interesting as it shows a clear mashup of Splinter Cell with those iconic three-eyed night vision goggles with what is clearly a Division agent featured on the right side of the image. Image number 4 says, meet the Wolves, ex-Special Forces gone rogue. Wolves are as deadly as they are hard to kill, thanks in part to additional body armor, flashbang resistance, and tech like their own personal shields or deployable mag barrier, which also provides cover for teammates. Image number 5, and we meet the Cleaners. These former NYC sanitation workers solve all their problems with one tool: fire. Cleaners are damage-dealing specialists, packing an extra grenade in their loadouts, which may be a possible hint to this basic character design, and we may only carry one grenade by default, along with hardware like a napalm turret, a flame-spreading drone strike, and an old-fashioned flamethrower. Oh, did you want that objective? Sorry, it's on fire. Now, just taking a quick break here from the image, and this sounds like a laundry list of what many Division faithful have wanted. To actually take control of an actual cleaner character with all their OP fire-wielding capabilities would be truly sick. Image number 6 goes in tandem with the Cleaners breakdown, and it says, burn it with fire. When Cleaners need to get rid of pesky enemies and make sure a capture zone is really deeply cleaned and burning, well, there's an ultimate for that. So here we get this first mention of ultimate abilities. This one's known as the Purifier. This flamethrower ensures that all foes at close to medium range are well done. And we can see this flamethrower in the image with a fuel gauge on it, and it looks like everything is absolutely and thoroughly set ablaze. And is that a rogue symbol right in the middle of the flames? Could that be the icon you would see over an enemy's head to designate them as hostile? I guess we're gonna have to see. Image number 7 says, meet the Outcast. The fanatical Outcast are reborn survivors who learn to take care of their own. They care for their team as Battlecat's healer support class, dealing damage boosts their own health regen, and they can heal nearby allies or drop a hive. Now this image text seems to end there, but there is clearly what looks like more of a description that was cut off. But Outcast is healers who can drop hives and boost their own health regen by dealing damage? I don't know, I guess I have a hard time buying into this one after seeing those insane napalm rushers on Division 2. Healers? Really? Here's image number 8 that says, Lifesavers, the Outcast Divine Intervention Ultimate. Again, we are hearing this word ultimate mentioned, prevents them and allies from dying for a limited time, which can set up some incredibly clutch plays. Now, I've discussed this before about how the Division 1 had these ultimate abilities that when used at the precise moment could turn the tide of a battle. Now, sadly, Division 2 replaced these with specialized weapons that after a few patches were removed completely from PvP. But here, we are again seeing this mention of ultimate abilities. I mean, I'd like to know more, like how they are charged up. Is this based on kills or just a timer mechanic? Are there attributes like cooldown reduction that could shorten these timers? Image number 9 reads, the Ultimate Shield. With their mobile area of effect shield ultimate, wolves can lead a push or hold down a key objective in the face of withering fire. So the wolves have their personal shield, but also if you look at the image, this clearly looks like a New York backdrop, much like you would see in The Division or in the Division 2 Warlords of New York DLC, and this wolf seems to be carrying a full-on Gatling gun. Final image here shows the Outcast passive attributes that include Bloodthirsty, Unwavering, Caustic Cure, and Divine Intervention, along with brief descriptions of each of these abilities. Healing for dealing ballistic damage, quicker recovery from confused status effects, which may hint at other factions or players in general having stun grenades, a hive that both heals friendlies and hurts foes that step inside the radius, and then we have this Divine Intervention ultimate ability that we saw as an earlier image. Again, I have no confirmation for any of this, but the artwork is well done and could very well be on the up and up. Could this Battlecat PvP be the Division mobile game we saw mentioned earlier on that timeline? Or could this be a replacement for the failed Hyperscape IP and Ubisoft's attempt to again try to grab a portion of that market share? With testing that was rumored to have begun in January, and with the next Ubi Forward event this coming weekend, we may possibly find out sooner than later. And stay tuned to my channel for any breaking news and updates concerning this new Battlecat PvP game mode. In case you aren't yet a sub, please smash that sub button, and don't forget to ring the bell to receive all future upload notifications from my channel. If you could be so kind as to rate and or share the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitch for weekly streams, join my community Discord server, and of course, find me over on Twitter, posting on most things gaming related. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.